tripping if I can hear myself.
Yeah, you already plugged in.
Yeah.
I can't. I have to have the headphones too.
Enough.
A lot of people don't like headphones. I can't do it without headphones. I have to hear.
You gotta have them.
It's a little loud now. Let me turn it down to this.
Can you see me in the tree?
Huh?
Can you see me?
You said what?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Am I up close enough? You know, I gotta make sure.
Yeah.
You know, I talk soft.
Yeah, make sure you eat the microphone.
Yeah.
Hey, LS.
Thanks, I did.
Right here.
Thank you for tuning in from Ohio. Yay.
All right.
Yes.
Not tuning in from Ohio.
Ohio, that's right.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio.
Ellis, what part of, no, he's not in Cleveland. Ellis, what part of Ohio are you in now? No, he's definitely not in Cleveland. He's, Toledo. He's in Toledo. Yeah, I remember just about the time.
She's like,
I remember just about the time. Hey, Rodney? Rodney Childress, yes. Hey. People need to hear from you, Rodney. They need to hear from you. They need to hear from the original with regards to Reentry Roundtable and all that kind of stuff. They need to hear from the real deal. So, Rodney, call me sometime. Yeah. I don't want to use this mic. Y'all don't want me on this mic? Y'all don't want me on this mic? You want me on the center mic?
You choose.
What?
They want you on the
Okay.
Three. That's
Well, I was gonna get on this mic. No. Okay. It's okay. I don't care.
What's wrong with this one?
I
I got something against that mic. Yeah.
Soft.
Yeah.
I got that soft talk.
Nah. You better get loud today. Okay, let me put them on. You ready?
Oh.
Okay. Let me turn. I want to go into my other. I can't get on the other one. I need to get on my Melch. Log into another account. Interested. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Rodney, because we're on the headphones on the air. Listen, 88.7 FM. Oh shoot. Hey. What? What?
good. I'm a fat kid.
Nah, yeah.
Skin body.
I just want to rinse off some chocolate. Oh, we went trick or treating
Shit.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, my sister did. I drove to the neighborhood to get more candy.
Serafina, do we have one more stand? Or no? It's okay if we don't. That's fine. I'm gonna put it on Tiffany anyway. Shipments on connection. Okay. Let's see one more time.
Live.
Yeah, we live.
Ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go.
Never seen him.
Good afternoon, KZI listeners. You are tuned into the Iron Sharpens Iron Show, and I am your host, Latrice Cook, on this fabulous Wednesday afternoon. So glad to be here today to talk about things, persons, places, and all that have to do with the criminal legal system and those things that may be surrounding it. And you know, as I always say, we deviate sometimes and we bring in different folks and different subject matter that it can be associated with this system, but also just resource providers that assist those persons who may have been formerly incarcerated. And so that's what the Iron Sharpens Iron Show is all about. It's a place in actually a forum for the discussion that has to do with those persons that have been affected by the prison system in some kind of shape, form, or fashion. 512-836-2887 is a call-in number. First of all, today is November 1st, and it is a very dear friend of mine's. I want to call her, the real Miss East Austin. Shout out to a friend of mine's for over 30 years, Michelle Avery, better known as Michelle Randolph, all the way from Higgins and, all those little streets over there where Sonny's Wigs used to be, and us catching a bus together. So shout out to you, sister, on your 60th birthday, looking fabulous, being fabulous. And so shout out to my girlfriend on her birthday. And then, of course, in the studio with me, as usual, is definitely my ride or die, has so much, supports me so well, Serafina, who is the identical twin of Katrina, and they celebrated their birthday on the 26th. So shout out to her this morning and this afternoon in the station. And then just to get some preliminaries out of the way, they just had a event that celebrated many people this past weekend. So shout out to the African American Youth Harvest Foundation, who gave out so many awards I couldn't even count. And then I don't even want to get to talking about the awards and all the recipients and stuff, because then, I might just digress and get ignorant. So we're not going to do that on the air. We're going to try to stay positive here. And so shout out to all those people who were recipients of one of the other awards that have been given out. There's just been an award. It's just been
It's that season.
yeah, it's the award season.
It's that season.
Yeah, so and I can't really hear this lady that's on the mic next to me. I'm gonna do a brief introduction. She made a little comment and I didn't hear a word you said. Oh, there you go.
There I am. I'm here. I'm here, y'all.
So shout out to those persons, and definitely to Michael Lofton, who I dub Cookie. That is my cousin, and so he is definitely someone who has been a trooper and has been in and involved with work associated with disadvantaged youth for many, many years. Prior to it being a big deal to run a nonprofit, he was doing this kind of work and doing stuff out of his pocket a long time ago. So shout out to Mike and in that entire family. So yes, we are here. 512-836-2887. It's nothing like having an electrifying Junior Latrice in the studio. And so, I just have to say that because, in order to be successful in my mind, you have to have a powerful voice that cannot be purchased, bought, or muted just because the, systems or people don't like that. People like to sugarcoat things from time to time so that they will not shut the door on possible funding or opportunities. And when you do things like that, in my mind, you basically compromise black justice. in Black prosperity. Muting your voice because you are trying to attain something. I know we need to, be cognizant and not hurt folks' feelings and stuff like that. But our situation and the disparities that we experience as Black people, we can't afford to have our voices muted. We can't afford to lean to the left so that we can get, a little bit of dollars and stuff. We can't afford to do that because I've been doing this work for 20 years, and I say this all the time, and ain't much changed.
Right.
So, so muting your voice and trying to compromise your voice for a couple of dollars so, you will be the one that actually is elevated and not your cause is not a good thing at all. And so even though people will always say, you need to just be careful about what you say. I have a whole problem with that, and so I'm trying not to be careful. And this lady in the studio with me, she's careful.
I try to be. I try to be.
I just want to do. I don't really have a real introduction for Tiffany Washington, except to say that she is doing something that has not necessarily been done in the vein that she's doing it in Austin. So I'd like to say that she is her own trailblazer. She is the granddaughter of one of the most prolific voices that Austin has ever seen, and that was Dorothy Turner. And, she carries a different type of torch, but the same commitment to causes. And so I want to welcome this afternoon to the Iron Sharpens Iron show. Oh, wait, and let me just say that she was my co-host for this show for almost 2 months.
Yes.
Yes. And did an excellent job and brought in a lot of information about farming. Good afternoon, Tiffany Washington.
Thank you, Latrice, for having me again. I'm so excited to be here, you guys. I am Tiffany Washington, your local farmer here in Austin, Texas, and today is a great day, right?
It is a great day. And please say Dobbin Cove.
Yes, I own and operate Dobbin Cove Garden Farm, your only Black-owned farm here in the city, in Travis County, Austin, Texas.
So I want you to kind of just briefly give a little bit of background of who you are and why the farm. I'm going to let you really have a lot of opportunity on the mic because farming is essential, and I know you have been doing this for quite a while now in Austin. And so I want to talk about, if you feel supported yet.
Right.
We've had many conversations. Have you, since you were here last, have you been supported financially in any way by the city of Austin more so than you were when you were here before? And if not, why? And what is the farm doing and what are you looking to do?
Right. So we got started, it's been about 5 years now that we actually got started with a small scale urban farm in East Austin over on Maynard and Rogge. And when we started, we kind of had the idea that we just kind of wanted to grow food for the family and friends and neighbors and stuff like that. And it kind of grew, right? It grew into this really amazing idea of us to be of service. So I'm a service-disabled combat veteran. I was in the United States Navy and deployed in 2004 during Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom. And so
Wow.
When I came home, I just kind of saw that there was this need for people to heal. I just kind of saw that there was this need for something that the community was missing. And so the further I kind of got into my own healing as a veteran and looking at my own PTSD and traumas that I was dealing with, I started gardening. And that kind of turned into this thing where what does that look like? What does that really mean if I wanted to do this on a larger scale? And so that looks like, what is a farm? So I kind of started diving into that, kind of trying to figure out what it was that farming meant here in Austin, Texas. And so for me, my family has been here for over 200 years. You know, we're born and bred Austinites, you know, we're rooted here. And so our families were brought here to build the city. And along my journey, I tried to reach out to as many organizations, just different people, you know, me and you discussed it, just to kind of to let people know, you know, hey, there's a missing piece of the puzzle here when it comes to Black people and food, especially agriculture, because we don't have any. We don't have those legs to stand on here locally in our communities. So I sought out funding. We sought out, you know, people who might be able to partner with us and kind of help expand it.
Now this is 5 years ago.
This was 5 years ago, and so from during that time and over the span of time, we've been able to make small steps, especially with the city. We've been able to get small grants from the Sustainable Food Center.
Nice.
You know, we've been able to sit on what are those
Boards and
commissions, kind of like the little think tanks and stuff with the Austin Food Notes and stuff. But we haven't been able to really make any headway when it comes to actually getting the big funding, actually finding those leads on really good investors that can help us with our plan come to fruition. So
why?
I think my voice is really loud. I think that, and when I talk about food, I talk about it in a way to where we're starving, you know, and I say that to people, you know, if anything, when you look at Winter Storm Uri and the resources that we had when it came to disaster relief, we did not make it. We absolutely positively did not make it, whether it was getting access to water or food or anything that we needed for kids. We just weren't prepared. And as a farmer, being in those rooms and those spaces where they were talking about food during Winter Storm Uri, and to hear them say things like the city only has 2 days of food left, you know, and people not know or realize that really bothered me, especially when it came to the larger organizations that get money, that get millions of dollars to be able to push this stuff out. So it was just, I think that when I speak like that, people kind of put it aside as if, oh, she's just kind of saying these things. But in actuality, we do not have any Black food producers. Mm-hmm. We don't have anyone that is saying, I produce food. I grow vegetables. I produce beef. I produce pork, whatever, poultry, fish. We don't have the markets for those things. Mm-hmm. And so me having to not only try to figure out how to navigate being a business owner, but advocate for myself at the same time, it gets overwhelming, you know, and so it does get frustrating. And you know, I can lash out, you know, and when I do lash out, I'm going to be very honest and very blunt about what it is that I have to say. And so majority of the time, what it is that I have to say is we starve to death. Y'all said that we are unhealthy, we lack nutrition, we have diabetes, we have all these issues. We live in food deserts, you know, but y'all are not putting the money where y'all's mouth is at. I thought we was gonna buy the block. I thought we was about to take the black food from the Black farm, put it in the brown grocery store across the street from the Asian corner store Diamond Mart. You know, you know what I'm saying? But they don't want to do that. You know, they don't want to do that. And I'm literally down the street from a Dairy Queen, so this is the perfect opportunity. But in this time, I just continue to build, Latrice. You know, I just continue to try to meet my milestones, try to attain the goals that I set for myself in my mission as a farmer. One of our goals is to create a program called the CJAP, which is the Criminal Justice Agricultural Pilot Program, where we do help those people, women or men, transitioning from incarceration to be able to get jobs and also look at agribusiness or owning their own food production business so that they can excel. You know, we talked about that. You know, you don't need nobody's permission to grow food, right?
I love it. You said that yesterday, and that was really impactful. You
Right.
don't. And, you know, and when you talked about just a second ago and said, you know, about lashing out, and sometimes you can lash out, and so can I. and lashing out against the systems and against the paid for and bought black voices that have money is like a serious no-no in Austin and Travis County, specifically if you need them to help you from a
Right.
fiscal perspective.
Right.
And but you have to lash out and you have to be loud because sometimes their advocacy and them wanting to be the purse holder gets in the way of people who are actually doing the work,
Right.
and being able to be the recipient of the funds so that you can develop and continue to do the work. So you have literally the persons that you lash out at in some shape, form, or fashion as gatekeepers.
Right.
So we're lashing out at you gatekeepers because it's important for you to get out of the way and support those persons that are actually on the ground doing the work and that need the dollars. You know, I don't need you to distribute money to me. That's for the city to do directly to me, and that is for the county to do directly to me.
Right.
You don't need anybody to actually, and I think that that's kind of what happened during the winter storm and so on and so forth. A lot of that was going on. I love when you said that you know it doesn't require permission.
Right.
Continue.
And it doesn't. And so you do see so many people who are incarcerated start to get into the industry of farming, of growing food. I've had so many people come by and stop by my farm who may have had an experience in jail where they like, you know, I remember when we were out there doing this, or, you know, I've had some young kids who've been in the juvenile justice system that talked about themselves actually being a part of agricultural programs or gardening programs to kind of help them, you know, it's just a therapeutic kind of thing, you know, with that therapy or with that anxiety that they might have. They might have got involved in putting their hands into the soil or doing something like that. But that doesn't carry over. So when they're released or they come home, they find themselves with nowhere to go or nowhere to turn, or in situations where they really, really need the assistance. Mm-hmm. So in creating the CJAP, the goal was to bring them on to the farm. We have a small farm, you know, but to be able to be in full operation to where we can bring people in and help pay them a living wage, help teach them a trade. Agriculture is a trade. Mm-hmm. It really is. And people are not learning about it, especially those people that look like us. So we want to get it. We want to do that. That's what we continue to do. On top of that, another thing that we really wanted to do was work with schools. We wanted to work with AISD, and so we were able to get involved and have an internship, right? So we have a couple of interns that come over to the farm on Thursday, so I'll be seeing those guys tomorrow, but they come over and they're just kind of learning. You know, we're able to share curriculum with them. We talk about their goals. They come to the farm, and then on the other week they go and learn about cooking at a hotel and hospitality and stuff like that. So we're opening up these doors in the food system to say it goes beyond chefs and restaurants, you know, and cooks and stuff. There's a farmer growing this stuff, that these food stuffs that we're taking part in.
I want you to kind of go back to the CJAC. Is that something that is actually do you have that going now? And how can people help you with the funding on that?
So the CJAP is not something that we have going now. It is something that we have in an actual proposal and plan that goes along with our community agricultural project. So that involves distribution and resources for families, women and children, you know, whether it's getting access to groceries, fresh produce, or just diapers and clothes and things like that. We're able to get them distribution with furniture. It's just a whole thing. Having a farm is so important because on a farm you can do so many things. You can create a food hub, you can create those resources, a small thrift shop where people can come and get access to things that they need. And so we really just are looking for interested investors, people who really have access to funding, that are able to really look at our proposals, really take a deep look at how they can help us, how that they might be able to joint venture with us here on my farm, so that we can just stop having to chase the organization dollars. Stop having to chase down the help and support. I'm only a one-woman army. I literally am a one-woman army. So between being a mother, a wife, and a farmer, putting on that hat. With the cow. We'll definitely talk about the cow. And that was an interesting story. So with also getting into livestock, so that opened up another thing for us at the farm to be able to work with 4-H cattle, 4-H programs and 4-H beef cattle. And so we were able to do that. And that came from actually entering a small competition for our farm. So as a small business owner, a lot of the ways that I'm able to get funding is to pitch my business in startup competitions or either crowdfund my business. And I was in a situation where I was able to pitch my business.
Kwame Brown?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I was in a situation where I was able to pitch my business to Kwame Brown, and we won a small stipend of $500. But because his celebrity is so big and there's so many things that he does with his platform that kind of go off kilter. It is really way off kilter sometimes. So because of that, our message from the farm and the work that we do on my farm got mixed up in a lot of back and forth and internet drama and stuff like that. And unfortunately, my work was disparaged. I found myself in a situation where I have to turn around and fight against these things that he said, and that's something that happens to us. It's pretty much next to being discriminated against. Because it's class discrimination. Because you have millionaires who come and reach down into our communities.
Yeah.
And say that they're going to do these things. They're gonna help support, and they want to share these ideas. So they take our community-driven initiatives and ideas, and they want to stamp their names to them, and they don't really realize how important our plights are. And so in that situation with Kwame Brown, I'm still fighting with that to this day. 2 years later, trying to get that taken care of, but. We definitely that's a whole situation in itself.
We have to roll the break in just a second. I see the clock over there. This is so exciting. Tiffany, I can never say enough about your mind and how you are able to articulate things so well. About you are monumental. She needs to run for city council. And I think we have a caller too, but we'll catch the caller after the break. But I love talking and hearing from you. You never cease to amaze me. We'll be back. You're tuned into the Iron Sharpens Iron Show. I'm your host, Latrice Cook, in the studio this afternoon with Tiffany Washington of Topicon Farm. I know I said that, butchered that wrong. I got to get that correct. 512-836-2887 is a call-in number, and we'll be right back to you. Don't touch that stereo. Did you tell her?
Hey, what up?
November 11th. Kick back on the
building.
One of America's
talking about it.
musical
We're bringing it
classics
up.
through an Afro-futuristic lens. The electrifying score featuring elements of jazz, soul, funk, and hip-hop celebrates the rich cultural heritage of black music
So good.
and
Hey.
tickets for the Sound of Black Music
Okay, yeah,
available at
Hold on.
longcenter.org.
Got you. I gotta show us my block.
All right.
I'll catch y'all.
Okay. Hey, CT girl, we in here. We on a break right quick. Share. Share.
DJ DK Dips in the mix for the Lord. Playing the best Christian music like you've never heard it before. Part of the Gospel Infusion team. Right here.
You sent it to her?
It's
not working. It's not? tell Marianne? Ask him to real quick.
On the morning grind.
Sure, not a problem. And Houston, you got this crazy increase in syphilis. What's the exact number? That's almost
128
The website is down.
cases.
They got a crazy increase in
You said what?
So they got a crazy increase in syphilis.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah.
See, they be straight fed. They ain't eating right.
You gotta come back with that. The website is down. Did you know that our website is down? They're trying to reach me from Houston, the federation. Yeah, try tune in. Can you get in on tune in? Try tune in.
Oh yeah, we on
Try tune in. She said I tried to tune in live on the website. I tried to keep.
I do.
going to the
It
web.
sound familiar.
Okay.
It look familiar.
Download.
Okay, get ready to go.
Oh wait. Okay. Shit. Excuse me. Oh man. She can't get in.
And then remember, you got a phone call.
Okay. We're ready. Okay.
Okay, we about to go back live.
Well, okay. I don't know how to mess up here.
The website is down.
Yep.
Don't touch that steering, yo.
And we are back. You are tuned into the Iron Sharpens Iron show, and I'm your host, Latrice Cook, in the studio this afternoon with Tiffany Washington, urban farm owner here in the city of Austin. And thank you, caller, for holding. We have a call on the line. Are you there?
Hello.
Hey.
I'm about the truth. You know, being a black African in a anti-black city is disheartening.
Very.
Austin has opposed black empowerment, and there is a conspiracy to eradicate blackness in Central Austin, whether it's businesses, households, or demographics. We have food deserts in this city. This is deliberately and strategically done.
Ooh.
If you have no food, you have no life. Nutrition being so wealthy.
Come on,
Right.
talk about it.
Whenever uplift blacks, they have treated blacks as being very invisible, and then it's very inhumane. There is a need to feed.
There is a need to
If you know
feed.
your food, if you grow your food, then you know your food.
Wow.
This is actually a serious vital business tradition, and this is tied to the Negro land grab. You must have land or it's a farm, and they have stripped our land. It was okay when we worked
Wow.
from the master plan and the plantation and when we were enslaved, but when we try to pull our own selves up by our bootstraps, they take our boots and our straps.
Exactly.
How we don't do process, and when we do, we don't get that kind of support. We are the only group in Austin that's not supported, not invested, and this is intentional. The reason why the black people are declining, the metropolis is melting in Austin, Texas, is because they don't want us here.
Right.
It's grasping and struggling and juggling, going to City Hall, going to City Council. You can't just get up there and go to City Hall and talk where you if you're broke. It is money costing BS wall. You have to have money behind you, then you have to have black community behind you. And I don't see no black community. I've never seen black community in Austin, Texas. And we have one black city council member, and how we have a position that's filled with really vacant. I'm not going down to the hockey park Madison, and yes, I'm putting on blast. But if you are not in a situation to be healthy and to represent your district,
Step down.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not going to even. I'm going to let you have a couple of more seconds, caller, because I want to tell you speak much truth right now. Much truth. I mean, you're speaking much truth. And the unity amongst the black community is also severed because you have certain black entities that have their organizations with a gift wrap and a bow tie on it, and they literally are the ones that are getting funded for different work that has nothing to do with the empowerment or betterment of marginalized community members. And I hate to say that, but that's the truth.
Well, you have all these black organizations, but you have no black organizers.
Mm.
The WCT president, Nelson Mandela, he don't never speak. How you it ain't just 50 president, you'll just speak at City Hall.
Amen.
Wow.
But you will come on KZI and talk about how they back up. If you're a leader, you will be out front and be very visible. And then you have just coalition. There is no coalition when your black people are scattered like dots and sprinkles all over the city. So, your name is national organization. And if you are getting funding for your work, your work should show speak for itself.
Impact.
Impact.
Where's the impact? Thank you so much,
Thank
caller.
you for your call. Please, make sure that you reach out to us. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for your comments this afternoon on the Iron Sharpens Iron show.
And that was very impactful because I got chills, right? Because
Yeah.
that's one of the things that is really huge for me, and that I say, there's nothing that I can do as a farmer without funds. It's without investment capital. And so to be able to watch so many black organizations find themselves with all of this money and none of them reach out to be like, let me see the plan, or let's try to work something out or do something. But these are the people that will go to the city of Austin to put resolutions like resolution number 2021-03-04-067 on the books, where they apologize for slavery and tell us that agriculture built this city, but we haven't been able to participate in the advancement of agriculture in 200 years. That says a lot. And when they want to build some type of resource to fix it, it's a black embassy. What happened to that? No, it should be a farm, a black farm that continues to feed the people.
We have a caller. Thank you, caller. You're on the Iron Sharpens Iron show. Who is this? Caller, identify yourself.
I identify myself when I called in, satisfied with executive director of 512. And guess what? We all the marquee black organization in this city.
Amen. Brother Shevis, how you doing this morning, Brother Shevis?
This afternoon.
Mr. On the mic.
Hey, Shevis, you don't have to speak, but that's okay. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to say what you need to say on this show.
I appreciate the prompt. I didn't need that.
You did. You
I
said.
agree with the call of West End. I agree with the call of West End. Austin Justice who?
Wow.
Austin Justice too. National Association for Colored People who? I mean, I've been in this city for 25 years. I'm wondering where the hell all these people at. But I bet if I went to a happy hour tonight during Afro Tech, I find all of them
Wow.
wearing manicure suits and swiping American Express cards. I demand a full audit into all of these organizations because my organization, outside of the African American Revolving Foundation, my organization is the only one that's getting money and putting that money into the community. You can't say nothing. You can say whatever you want about people. Can't say nothing about the work. We're all about impact and results. So it's really interesting to me how black embassies should be talked about, the 7K be included. How some could go to Houston, Dallas, Abilene, San Antonio, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Detroit. It'd be all about black power, but in Austin, the black folks want to hate on me and my organization to other funders, like the Austin Community Foundation or St. David's, and so on and so forth.
Have you personally?
People really need to understand the lifestyle that I've had to live, being a black man in Austin, but also being a black man that shows liberation for all those other organizations that should be being white serving. Sorry about that.
So I just my thing to you is that Shevis, I don't know where our disconnect has been, because I've never really had any experience with you, besides actually being brought to my attention by Darwin Hamilton. But I have seen your work. I've seen your commitment to the community. And so, do you believe that much of the disconnect that you're saying you haven't had the notoriety. Forget notoriety, because I think that's a problem with everybody wants to be
Yeah,
this is about
the
this is
acknowledgement of
forget
the work.
notoriety.
It's about being up
Yeah.
at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah,
It's about
exactly.
being in his car in the middle of the night when he could be home with his kids and his wife.
Yes, and that there's no funding available for the work, for people that are actually doing the work on the ground. And do you feel that that is something that is deliberate, as this, as a person that called in before said? Do you feel that it's deliberate because of your voice of speaking out about people and things that are disparaged, or have disparaged our community? Do you believe that that's been a hindrance to the funding and the support? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think my ability to choose liberation
Mm-hmm.
and speak up on liberation is complete alignment with our scholars like Dr. Francis Westbrook and Dr. Amos Wilson. Brother Khalid Muhammad has made me a marked man, not only in the black community, but in the community at large and also. I mean, I applied for the executive director role at KAZI. Didn't get it because of backbiting behind my back. So just imagine
Wow.
at City Hall or at Commissioner's Court. Just imagine. Just imagine. I am. People are scared of me.
Yeah.
And it's not because I carry a pistol. It's not because I got dope in my car. Or it's not because I'm going to set the place on fire. But it's because they know I come for a different quality, a different merit, a different ethic.
And being and also just being vocal, which is something that Tiffany, I was just talking about. You know, you are not able to speak or lash out about the injustices that are not only happening by white people, but also our own people, and not be literally sandbagged as a troublemaker, or
Right.
you're angry,
Right.
or you're jealous, or whatever other kind of tags they try to put on people like us who are vocal about doing the things the right way, and and doing what you say you're doing.
Right.
Just if you say that you're farming, then farm. If you say that you're helping people that are previously incarcerated, then you need to really be doing that.
Right.
If you say that you're feeding people, there are a lot of places right now that are, I forget what the name of the something Cook's Nook and all that. I don't know a lot about what all these entities do, but if you say that that's what you're doing and you're getting funded for it, you need to be doing that. And those people don't need to be calling my office about, they're not.
A lot of these entities, like when I have been a part of movements in the past, we said the office is supposed to be independent oversight.
Yes. That's right.
These organizations also need a third-party oversight because it can. How can you be the Austin Justice Coalition, but over the last 10 years, all you've done is art, social gatherings, and some voting initiative that's trying to count. But how many folks have voted?
Wow.
In the city of Houston, you've got 1 million registered voters and only 125,000 actually vote. So again, stop telling me with the voting stuff.
Yeah.
You all taking pictures with Steve Allen, taking pictures with Ryan Mann, these are folks who are no longer in office, taking pictures with Troy Cotton, talking behind doors, and I demand a full audit into that organization. Sorry, Chris Harris, I'm sorry. It's all done between you and me.
Yeah, Chris is a good brother. I mean, I love Chris, and and
I'm looking at Bill Wallace, I'm looking at Chaz Moore, David Chaz Moore, that's who's what?
wow.
What has he done? How many households did he soften in 2-1, 2-4, 0-4, 0-4, 5-3, 5-2, 5-8? How many households trust this organization? Because I don't know any.
And all I can say,
How do people feel about trusting these folks during critical times?
Wow.
So when folks have poor answers that they need, who can they go to?
Wow.
They can't hold these organizations. Black Lives Matter on Congress ain't solving nothing. Yes. None of these organizations, this is the truth, none of these organizations were helping advocate against property taxes. Now we have a property tax increase of 700%.
Yes, I mean, everything you said. I need to bring you on. I need to bring you on. I need to bring you on. I need to make sure I give you an hour of time because you have a lot to say always, and so I hate to cut you off. I got to get back to Tip, but 5-1. Thank you, Chevis Watson, Executive Director for. Okay, and how do people?
Yes, Chevis. Yep, Farm Partner and Creative
All
Director.
right,
Y'all,
thanks for
that's
your
what
call,
we do.
Chevis. 512-836-2887 is the calling number.
And that's
Wow.
important. Everything he said is important, right? Because every one of those people got to do what? Eat. So they all starved to death while they was out social gathering and party. They just ate appetizers,
Yeah.
but they still need to put food in the refrigerators. So me as a farmer, I continue to just blaze forward, in the face of adversity, in the face of, going to our local FSA, farm service agencies, and pretty much getting put out. You were able to talk to me because, I was heated. So you were able to kind of talk to me about that. And so I really want people to understand what it means for farmers, especially black farmers, to face discrimination.
Oh, we have a caller. Caller, you're on the Iron Sharpens Iron show.
Yeah, Iron Sharpens Iron. It's Brandon Reed. What's going on?
Hey, Brandon. Good
Hey.
afternoon.
Hey.
I can't call it. You're on air.
Yeah, I just wanted to call and let all of us know that I support Tiffany and Jeff.
Well,
What they doing out here at work, and they be funding white men and we demand an audit.
well.
These organizations receiving money. I just want to say.
Well, we appreciate
appreciate it.
you so much, Brandon. You've been out there for a long time yourself, and yeah, many years. And so, thank you so much for your call in. And Brandon has been a guest on the show before. It's been a long time, Brandon. So you might need to rekindle that. Thanks for calling in. 512-836-2887 is a call-in number. Tiffany, just switching gears just a little bit. You had something that you needed to let the listeners know about.
Yes, and we were talking about that right before the last caller. Brendan, thank you so much for calling in, and I appreciate your support. Please definitely come and visit us at your local urban farm. So we were talking about the discrimination that farmers do face here in Central Texas and Texas as a whole. Texas is one of our largest agricultural states, and we do have the most black farmers in the United States here, but we are being discriminated against at a disproportionate amount. And I just wanted to share something with you guys for anybody that is looking to get into agriculture or anyone who has been discriminated against in their journey as food producers. I would like for you to know that in July 2023, Congress approved the Inflation Reduction Act, Section 22007, with $2.2 billion in funding. The funds are intended to compensate minority agricultural producers and landowners who have experienced discrimination in USDA farm lending programs prior to January 1st of 2021. The Discrimination Financial Assistance Program is not a lawsuit. It is not a grant, and funds are taxable but do not have to be repaid. And again, if you or someone you know has been denied an application or sent to get agriculture or land purchase assistance elsewhere, you may be eligible for this program. If you considered applying for any USDA loan but were discouraged, you may be eligible. And if you were approved for a USDA loan with unfair repayment terms or have been foreclosed, you may be eligible. You can contact Regional Program Director Deidre Steens with Black Gold Resourcing for a free consultation and to schedule your appointment for technical assistance with this. You can call 512-784-8918. And this program is time sensitive, you guys. So applications must be postmarked or received by January 13th of 2024. Also, we're going to be putting together some events and workshops to where Deja will come out and be able to talk to us in person and helping us with the application. And again, you can definitely reach us at 512-784-8918 or email bgrtxllc@gmail.com. So in the website to apply for the program, you can visit www.22007apply.gov.
So I also want to say that there is going to be on the show, actually someone from the Federation, Jacqueline Fig, and I can't remember the attorney's name, that actually is a part of spearheading a portion of exactly what you're speaking about. Shout out to Deidre.
We got to get her back on the show
Yeah,
too.
we need to do that.
We got to get a lot of ranchers, cattle ranchers, farmers, start bringing them out.
And they need to get on and talk about the discrimination that they're having, even in being landlocked,
Right.
In certain areas and stuff like that. So it's much. We have a caller. Caller, thank you for calling into the Iron Sharpens Iron show.
Hi, my name's Alice Maldonado, and I'm also a native Austinite. I'm part of a nonprofit called Not So Good Up, and we focus on creating impact within low-income Latino communities within Southeast Austin and in North Austin. And so I just really want to commend the work that you're doing, Ms. Tiffany, and all the callers that have called in and spoken on like impact and like the lack of impact and basically how these organizations is more about socializing, which I think is important, right, to create community, build community, but people are so disconnected from our city.
Yes.
It's like we're not focusing on the need. Like there's still a need. Like there's still people living in the projects off Rosewood, like
Off Manor and Rocky.
Yeah.
And behind my farm, literally.
and so I just and like talking about the lack of support like from the Black community to like the Black people here in Austin with like these organizations that are creating impact. Like I want to say like we're struggling the same in our community. Sorry, I'm walking right now, but
That's okay.
like we have all these Latino organizations who have all this power to create change, and I don't see it, and that's why, my mom, who's on the art commissioner and on the board for Cat Metro, like supporting Latino artists and trying to amplify our narrative as far as like Austinites, the Latino voice in Austin, and trying to get more cultural programming and art to low-income neighborhoods because it's been centralized in East Austin and has been used as a way to identify our people out. So it's like we can't even connect with that. It's been extremely difficult, but I just want to commend the work that you're doing, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your call, caller. 512-836-2887 is the calling number. I want to make a comment here because I think that this is important. One time when we got off the air, there was somebody said something about, the comment, or they were trying to hear a comment that was made with regards to Austin Area Urban League while we were on the air. And I just want to say, people have the ability to make comments about any of us as organizations or whatever. This show is about people being able to have a voice to speak on things that are associated with the criminal legal system, and anything in and around resource providers and anybody that has information. And so I can't control, I don't even try to control when people have something to say about Melge or anything else, because people's opinion is important and everybody sees things out of a different lens. And when truth is going forward, it is not my responsibility to stop truth. Whether it's about, if it's about Latrice Cook, if it's truth, it's just truth. Thank you, caller, for holding. You're on the Iron Sharpens Iron show. Can you turn your radio down?
Hello?
Yes, turn your radio down. You're on the Iron Sharpens Iron show.
Hi, this is Jackie Big.
Hey, Jackie. Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Good, you got in.
I did get in. Thank you for giving us that up consideration. And I think it's a whole segment. However, for those that are interested in seeking help from an organization that has been in the business for about 56 years, based out of Alabama, however, we do have a Texas team here. They can get in touch with us regarding the DAP program as well, and for that personal operation as well. The Federation is a land assistance program as well, so there's an ability to keep their land, forestry, air information that will enable them to move further and keep their land and avoid it being sold. So just a quick shout out to the Federation of Southern Cooperatives out of Alabama. We have about 7 states that we work with, and actually I can correct that, it's 9. And we would be helpful to those that are in need of help with their land issues.
Okay, Jackie, can you please, and you all will actually be on the show in a couple of weeks. Could you please give people your contact number, because we're right up on the hour. So if you could just give me that, how people can contact you specifically, Tiffany.
Yep.
I will provide number, so when you get that number,
Okay, and that's fine. If you will just text it to us, and then we'll get that information out. Thank you so much for your call, and we're looking forward to having you all on the show.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
512-836-2887 is the call-in number. So I just wanted to do that real quick, that disclaimer, because I think that's important. A lot of times, and with regards to one of the callers had made a comment about KZI's process in their application and this, that, and the third. Again, I am grateful that KZI affords us a forum and the opportunity as volunteers to get on the air and have a voice about issues and things that and bring programming to you all that is interesting to the listening audience. And so if you've had an issue that has come up with, your application or anything like that, please send that complaint, those concerns or whatever, to our board president here at KAZI, which is our current acting board president is Natomi Blair. And so you can send that to her, or our interim general manager, which is Marion Nickerson. Tiffany,
Yes,
we are up against it. Gosh,
I'm still here, and I appreciate you definitely for always thinking of me and just reaching out. I am, wanting to update, get an update on the farm and how far we've come along. And we have come a long way. We continue to go far. We fought off Winter Storm Uri. We fought off a follow-up. We fought off COVID. we continue to fight against, and it's a big deal for me, you guys. Anybody, any organization, any celebrity, anybody who reaches down into our communities and tries to pull that money out or tries to use us for their own personal and financial gain, I'm going to fight back against you.
Absolutely.
I'm going to push back each and every time. And, I hope that you guys continue to support me. You can find me on social media. I'm typically on my YouTube, or you can find me on Instagram at Farmer Nancy or Diamond Cow Farm. You can also email me at Citizen, CITIZEN, farmher, FARMHER @gmail.com. And please come out. We are looking for commercial real estate investors who are interested in helping fund or helping to invest in an urban farm here in Austin, Texas. If that's you, come on, because we don't want to get beat out by the developers no more. We're trying to
Yes.
keep this farm in the hood, you know, in the community. We just built the Great Wall of Manor Road to kind of separate us from a lot of the bacchanal that goes on in the projects. But we still support, you know, because we had incidents with drive-by shootings and stuff like that. Public
I am
safety.
Yes, I am so
Our
sorry
public
that
safety.
we really didn't get into that because you know when it was so funny, funny but not funny. When this happened at Tiffany's at their farm, she asked, "Where's
Where's the black embassy?
where are the people that's
number?
supposed to be protecting her?"
Yes, who do I need to call? The public safety people, Chris Harris, you too. I needed y'all to come stand out in front of my farm, everybody, because I felt unsafe, you know?
Yeah, and you know, and that was during the time that people were really speaking about DPS being in Austin,
Exactly.
and we had that conversation.
I was happy they was in Austin. They was picking them up.
Put them away. You all have been tuned into the Iron Sharpens Iron show. I've been your host, Latrice Cook, in the studio with Tiffany Washington, and you know, I have to say there's always great conversation in having you sitting in this seat.
Thank you.
So much to say, and to the people that are supportive of this show and of our program, thank you for your continual support. I welcome the critics because the one thing about me, I'm a very straightforward person, and you know, and when people say, you know, that I'm tapped in on them or something like that, I want to give you all the opportunity to, here I am, I'm right here. You can say whatever you need to say, and I
Exactly.
can take that, you know.
And you do, and you don't, and you're not there to hit back and try
No.
to cut back.
No.
You're actually available to listen, so I definitely appreciate you.
Yeah, so we gotta go.
gotta go.
This shout out to DJ Slice, who's probably playing my background music. I'm probably already muted because you know he's a professional at this. He knows how to cut you off when you won't cut off. We'll be back with you on next Wednesday. And shout out, I'm leaving for Denver, so I'm leaving. 512-836-2887 for the What Is It show that's gonna come on, and you can what is it and figure out what it is. And as you know,
What it ain't.
what it ain't. Yeah, so we'll be back with you next Wednesday, same time, same place. And remember, your success is important to us. Yeah, he having that music going, he gonna be playing. See y'all!
It's good. It's always good.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
See y'all!
Why they wait till the end to call?
Huh?
Well, I